Hi, my name is Wayne McFetridge. Welcome to the Level Up program, proudly brought to you by the Sunshine Coast Council. This program aims to help local, small and medium businesses confidently engage with new digital tools and platforms. Throughout the series, I'm sitting down with business owners and professionals from across the coast as they offer their real-world insight and experience. The digital world has many moving parts, and there is a pretty steady stream of new tools and new methods being offered to businesses. Today, we're discussing accounting and payroll online with David Azzopardi of Aussie Timesheets. David, thanks for your time. Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and Aussie Timesheets?
Yeah, sure. So I'm the director here at Aussie Timesheets. We started up 8 years ago and now have over 7,000 customers from Australia to New Zealand. We specialise in timesheet systems that integrate to payroll. So basically from the point of time when your employees sign on for work to that data being in your payroll system ready to pay, our system automates that whole process.
Wow. So I'm very happy. It sounds like we've picked the right man for this conversation. A lot of businesses, like you would obviously see a lot of businesses from where you guys sit, a lot of businesses with a lot of different accounting systems and payroll systems in place. There's a lot of people who are already doing this. For those that don't have their payroll on an online service, can you talk through some of the benefits for us?
Yeah, well, there's I see a few benefits. The first one would be implementation. So with a cloud service, there's no software to install, so you don't have your MYOB Windows on your PC or your server. So you don't need to invest in like server hardware. It's in the cloud and you can be up and running in a couple of seconds. Usually within minutes of signing up, you've got full access to your software. So super easy to implement. Because it's in the cloud too, it's also extremely accessible. So you can get to it from anywhere. You're not restricted to just opening up your computer and, to get to your accounting system. You can get to it from your mobile phone while you're sitting at a cafe, not on the road. And then because it's so accessible, it's also easy to share access to those who can collaborate with you. So other managers, your bookkeeper doesn't have to come in anymore. They can access it remotely. You don't have to send anything to your accountant. They can access it from their premises as well. So two really big benefits. Probably the last one, which is huge, would be integration. So most cloud accounting and payroll platforms also build what's called an API, which allows two applications to talk to each other. And this means that in an online accounting system, you can now get bank feeds and talk to superannuation providers. STP is now automated in there, the ATO, and then there are hundreds of other apps that can all talk to your accounting system because it's now in the cloud. So yeah, some huge benefits that just from moving to the cloud with your accounting and payroll system.
I know that, as of, I think it was September last year, the single touch payroll became an official requirement. That would be, I'm guessing, a fairly difficult thing to do outside of a platform that was online.
Yeah, for sure. And even companies like MYOB, who are the main part of their business has been Windows-based accounting systems. They've had to almost force customers to host their data file in the cloud with them. So they've created like a hybrid environment where you can have a Windows program, but your data's sitting in the cloud just so they can control the STP scenario there, reporting to the ATO. So it did kind of force everyone to have some type of cloud aspect to their software.
We've already covered, I guess, MYOB. There are a fair few options in this space, and we're not sort of spruiking any one thing on these webinars. But I guess we do have to talk about a few different products. Have you got any sort of insight into which of these platforms would probably be better or more popular at least, especially around on the Sunshine Coast?
Yeah, we do come across this a bit because our software products integrate with payroll systems. So we integrate with over 30 providers currently. But we definitely see that there are a lot of customers using certain types. So probably it used to be a lot of MYOB. Now there's more leaning towards Xero. Probably most of our integrations are with Xero and a small part to QuickBooks Online. I think those three hold like a really big market share. And there might be others that might suit your business better, but Xero, MYOB, and QuickBooks, the good thing about those three is that because they are so popular, you can get a lot of support for them. So there are a lot of local bookkeepers, a lot of local accountants who are either certified in those products or are using them all the time. So yeah, I think a good choice for software is one that you can get a local advice on rather than just relying on support articles, and they seem to be the three main ones.
So I guess in the interest of discussing things fairly broadly, can we, are you prepared to talk about any sort of disadvantages that there might be in using online accounting and payroll?
Yeah, there's always pros and cons for everything. I think one thing could be cost. Software as a service isn't just paying for software, you're also paying for that company to host that software and secure that data as well. And so ultimately it would be cheaper to buy a software license and put it on your PC that you own because you're not paying for the hardware component. But you know, you can weigh up that cost over a period of time. Probably one small little niche aspect people might not think of with cloud accounting systems is one thing we came across with ours, and that is if you want to change providers with a cloud accounting system, you can lose a chunk of data. So for example, in an online accounting system, you can attach digital copies of your receipts, invoices, all directly against that item in your accounting system. And right now, for example, with Xero, you can't get that data out. So it means if you started using Xero and then you decided, no, I need to change to another provider, you're probably going to have to keep paying Xero for another 7 years because all your digital receipts are in that accounting system. So probably one disadvantage is instead of all your data being in a local file on your PC, then you might, when you change providers, might still be paying a small fee to keep access to some of your data.
So a fairly serious commitment, I guess, is what you're suggesting. We kind of every episode in this series we're asking one question at the end, which is what is one real key step that people can do tomorrow, and we're not at that question yet. Just before we get to that question, I guess, can you give us some, I guess, fairly broad recommendations that you would make for businesses who are about to start on this journey to moving their payroll and their accounting online?
Yeah, for sure. I think because there is a level of commitment and you want to make sure you're choosing the right product, one recommendation would be to consider what you need the application to do for you now, but what might you need it to do for you in 5 years, and will it still meet that needs? You might have very simple inventory management now, but can you see that growing? Sometimes the payroll component of a simple online accounting system might suit you now, but if you know you're going to be putting on a lot more staff in the future, maybe just, consider its features that meet your requirements now, but can this system that you're going to sign up to also support your business in the next short-term future? Another thing would be integrations. They are fantastic, but not every provider integrates with every other app. So if you're already using a suite of software products, maybe just shop around and just double check that the online accounting and payroll system you're looking at can integrate with the apps you've got, or are there even other tools that can assist with the integration? Just to make sure you don't get one in and you would have been better off because someone else offers far more integration. And probably don't just, there's a huge price difference with even the Xero, MyOb and QuickBooks of, accounting systems. QuickBooks have got a $14 a month plan, and MYOB have got a $200 a month plan. Everyone's got all plans in between. So yeah, probably one recommendation would be not just to sign up based on price, maybe make sure it's going to do everything you actually need, because there is a level of commitment once your data starts flowing into it. And yeah, just find the right package to meet your budget as well as your business needs. And then there's ways, before you start using an online system, maybe consider different ways you can manage the data going in, so that should you need to change provider, you've ticked a couple of boxes. So for example, I mentioned before about digital receipts and digital invoices. Well, you've got them digitally instead of just putting them in your accounting system. Keep them in an online storage, app like Dropbox or OneDrive, just so you've got your own records of data outside of your system should you need to change providers too.
Thanks, David. I guess there's the way you've described it there, it's quite a journey with quite a lot of steps. And I guess, like I've said before, we're wrapping all of these up with one thing to really help people get started. I guess, yeah, what is that one step that you really recommend that people could do? Just they could wake up tomorrow and do it to get started on this journey.
In this space, because we are talking accounting and payroll for online accounting, I think the very first thing you should do is talk to your accountant. Book an appointment with your accountant, have a chat with them. They can help talk through all your financial needs. And they're probably going to be proficient in some of these applications, and they'll probably be helping you set it up as well. So one thing you can do, book in a catch up with your advisor or your accountant, and then they'll give you a huge steer in the right direction.
Awesome, David. That's very, very sensible advice indeed. Makes me think I need to go and talk to my accountant too. Look, this is thanks for your time. It's been great to chat and listen to your expertise. There'll be some links on the screen for those of you who want to reach out and get in touch with anyone from council, or David's links will be there on the screen as well. Look, thank you for watching. We've got there's more episodes in the Level Up program. Thanks again, David, for your time, and we'll see you again in the future.
Thanks very much, Wayne. Cheers.